Alright, what the heck is going on, my dudes? We're back here today with the top 10 list for Dani Moonstar. This is a very interesting fight, man. It's very, very punishing if you don't know how to dex that special 2, which could be very frustrating. So, before you go in and attempt this fight blind, what I recommend is you go into the practice mode in your roster, find a Dani, bait that special 2, learn that special 2 dex, make it consistent. That way when you go in, you're going to be prepared to fight this lady and you're going to have a darn good time, alright? So the notes here are pretty interesting. Her combo meter is going all the way up. When you parry, you get these like dormant falter charges. When you parry 3 times, you're going to get faltered, right? That's going to give her a prowess. That's going to give her an impact passive. That's going to make her kill you really easily with that special 2 hitting you into the block. She has power focus 2, special 1 lock. You have to hit her block to remove those prowess those passive falters, but also if she has an illusion, you can't do that, okay? So here's the thing with her, right? Here's the thing with her. The best way to counter this fight is power control. If you don't have to bait the special 2, there's nothing to worry about, bluntly. There's nothing to worry about. So there are lots of options here. There are some decent power control options in most of the objectives. There are also some absolute powerhouses in some of the objectives. There are many ways to go about this, but I do recommend you spend some time learning that special 2 dex before you go in blind. Otherwise, you may have a very frustrating experience, okay? So, the objectives this week are Mutant Saga, not Mystic Saga, Mutant Saga, okay? Small and Control Denial, not Small or Control Denial, Small and Control Denial, okay? Also for Valiant, Mighty Avengers. Now, the latter two have a rather small pool of champions, okay? There are, without a doubt, very solid multiple options in both, okay? However, compared to Mutant Saga has a lot of champions, and not all the mutants are going to be great for this. Some of them are, okay? Some of them are going to be really great for this. One of them can even cheese it. It takes a while, but he could cheese it, all right? So let's start jumping into this today. With number 10, we have Dani Moonstar. Now, I was going back and forth between either Psylocke for Small and Control or Dani Moonstar for Mutant Saga. And the reason why I went with Mutant Saga, Dani Moonstar, is because the freaking defender is Dani Moonstar, man. Alright? Let her have her flowers today. You're on the list, Dani. You're on the list for beating up on yourself, okay? So we got Dani at number 10. Dani's actually very solid for this fight, man. When either champion's combo meter passes 10, she's going to gain an illusion passive. So when the defender's combo meter is going up and up and up, you're going to have very, 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 very easy openings to just consistently be phasing with Dani. That's going to be a lot of fun. So also on top of that, Psylocke has a big advantage here with being able to like kind of enervate and power lock the opponent down to 0, right? And that's going to be really nice for this fight. The thing is, not many people have Psylocke ranked up. It's a better investment to rank up Dani for future stuff as opposed to Psylocke, right? So just in general, let's give Psylocke her flowers, but Dani is going to be a better investment for you if you're looking at the 2 champions, right? I just feel like Dani is going to be better. So she's on the list, Psylocke is not, but let's give Psylocke a little shout out, honorable mention, man, for what she can do. Moving on, we have Luke Cage, buffed Luke Cage. Now, Luke Cage did pretty darn solid for me in this fight. I went in with a rank 3, buffed Luke Cage. First try, got around to like 50%, ended up like eating a special 2 and then died. But yeah, Luke Cage, man, is very solid for that Mighty Avengers objective. He has a nice bit of damage now, lots of debuffs for Inequity to lower the attack rating on the opponent. Also, you have the Indestructible. You can use that nicely for like if you have to like block a special 2 or potentially even tank a special 3 here in this fight. Luke Cage could certainly get it done. Moving on, we have Havoc. Havoc, very solid option for this fight. Lots of damage on Havoc. Recently in the Titan pool, a bunch of people have pulled 7-star Havoc. People have been ranking 6-star Havoc for the Alliance War season. So if you've been doing that, like myself, I have a rank 2 Havoc. I actually didn't try the fight with him yet, but I did watch Simula's video on it, and it was very, very effective. If you want to learn exactly how to take the fight with Havoc, I do recommend you go check out Sim's video. He always does a great job with his guides. Okay, moving on, we have Nightcrawler, buffed Nightcrawler, 2 buffed champions from the same month on the list. Oh my goodness gracious, I love when that happens. So, Nightcrawler, here's the thing with Nightcrawler. If you've been like purchasing the daily deals like I have for Valiant, you'll have a 7-star Nightcrawler before this fight is gone. So I'm excited to go back in and try it with him. Huge advantage to Nightcrawler is that you can dex the special 2 with your eyes closed, man. And that's like the biggest threat in this fight, is she gets to special 2, and then you're just like kind of like taking block damage or getting clipped by it. The increased evade window is really, really nice here in this fight. So Nightcrawler does a really, really nice job. Switch your stance initially, do medium combos. You switch your stance with the light ending combo now. Then medium combos for the precision. Go like, you know, special 2 into special 1 or special 1 to special 2. Either or. You just want to get the 10 prowess from evading. You want to get the 100% prowess from special 1, the bleed vulnerability from special 2. And yeah, Nightcrawler is going to have a pretty darn good time. Gambit! Freaking Gambit on the list, man. So Gambit can cheese this fight with a relic and the special 1 stun lock. It takes freaking forever, man. Suida did it, I think, with a 7-star rank 2. I could be wrong. It may have even been a 6-star. I'm not entirely sure. I watched like I watched a little bit of the video. I completely forget what rarity he was using. But if you're really having trouble with that special 2 dex, if you really can't figure out who you want to use for this fight for the Mutant Saga, you know, objective, you could stun lock with Gambit. The damage, that's not how he has his damage, you know, like he's a special 2 crit with prowess type of guy. Special 1, it took him a long time. It was like 500 plus hits to get her down. But listen, if all else fails, it can happen. You really do want to use the 7-star because you do want the full combat power rate. Unless you have like a rank 5 Gambit, which I hope you don't. I hope you don't, you know. Moving on, Professor X. This is who I use. Professor X was very solid for the fight. I went in, I like got to my special 3, I like ate a special 2, and I was down to 1% health. And then at my like 1%, I got her down to like 20% health with just that run. So Professor X absolutely could solo this fight very solidly. He has a lot of damage. If you have a 7-star Professor X from like the banquet stuff, he's going to be really great here for you. Moving on, we have Photon. Photon is who I use for the Mighty Avengers objective. And she was great. She was great. It took like 1 revive. She just like had a lot of damage. She's very tanky. You know, lots of debuffs for Inequity. Taunt on the special 2 is huge. You can block the special 2 all day after that taunt. Plus, you can like miss a little bit with the Untouchable, like the beginning of it, which is really, really nice. Yeah, Photon was really great for this fight. Plus, she also can't miss in Pure Light at all or with her medium, so you can hit her block and have a good time with that. Moving on, we have the top 3 options who are very, very good for the fight. Viv Vision. For small and control denial. Viv is so good here, dude. The power control is really, really nice. Like I was saying, power control is the best way to go about this fight, where you could just ignore the special 2, then you completely ignore the fight, to be entirely honest. Like, that's the way to do it. I went in with Hulkbuster. It was the easiest clap I've ever had in my life, all right? So, Viv, really solid here. You can either have, like, a really, really slow fight, doing, like, parry for the miss, light, repeat, or you can, like, bait the special 2 and like parry the first hit of her machine guns, which is going to make it very easy to like end up dexing the entire thing. Okay, you can go for the special 3 initially to get the fury buff, so you can go like special 3, special 2, special 1 spam, then special 2, special 1 spam, and yeah, you can get her down in a bit. If you have a rank 5 Viv, that's the way to go. I went in and tested with my rank 4, and she was super fine. Lots of control over the fight. Up next, we have White Tiger. Now, most people don't have this champion yet. She is in the Titan pool. She is recently in the new 6-star featured, okay? So you might have her, and if you do, she's really great for it. She's great for small and control denial, I think. Or is it Mighty Avengers? I'm not sure, but she does fit an objective, and she's really, really solid for it. Both BMcG and MSD uploaded the video of this. Go check it out if you want to learn how to do it. Okay, she's very efficient. The power control on White Tiger is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, and the number 1, Guillotine 2099. White Tiger is honestly, like, probably better for this fight overall. But more people have Guillotine. Lots of people ranked Guillotine for Necropolis. And at the end of the day, it's just a freaking top 10 list. It's not that deep. Don't get mad about it, all right? Guillotine 2099, really solid for the fight. You don't want to use any pre-fights. You want the full potency on the special 1, power drain. She will never use a special 2. You can block, but do not parry. Block all day, bait heavies, go in, use your special 1s. The relic is going to make it easier. Power focus 2, you can push her as much power as you want. Use the special 1. on, keep draining it. You're gonna have a good time. Yeah, don't expect to solo this on the first try, man. Try a couple times. Use some revives if you want to use some revives. Use some potions if you want to use some potions. It's totally fine. It's hard content, man. That's what they're made for. That is what they are made for. Now, on top of all of this, there's also the Deathless Guillotine objective, where you're going with Guillotine. You really do want to learn how to bait that special 2 for that one, because you can't power control with Guillotine, and there's no, like, taunt for inequity, and or taunt or debuffs for inequity, and there's no power control, and there's no indestructible like Luke Cage, and there's no stun lock cheesing, and there's no power lock like Professor X, and there's no energy resistance like Havoc, or evade window like Nightcrawler, or tankiness like Photon. It's yeah, you know, you could totally solo it with Guillotine Deathless with the 7-star, but yeah, you know, she wasn't easy to get in the first place. So if you know, got through the victory track for Battlegrounds, and you got through Necropolis, and you did the Karina's challenge for her and all that fun stuff, if you have a 7-star Guillotine Deathless, you should be able to do it, all right? So that's it for this one. Let me know what you think about this fight in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the one in 2 weeks. I think it's like the big thing in 2 weeks, right? It's usually 4, and then it goes into it, right? I think so. I'll be seeing you there. I hope so. All right, I'll be seeing you around.